Gilliard Drainage is a licensed drainage contractor with over 40 years' experience in the drainage industry. Our experience has helped us understand the importance of preparing ahead of time for any job we work on. A key element of this is having an organized locate management system. Since we are a drainage contractor, we realize that every job we perform will include excavation. This means lots of potential buried infrastructure, which must be found before any work can take place. The purpose of this demonstration video is to show you the entire process we follow to ensure we are properly prepared for any job. We will be using a job we have already completed as an example for this process. That way you can see it from start to finish. The job is called Parkland Sands Farm. And before we get started, let's take a look at the finished product. How did we get to this finished product, you ask? Let us show you. When attaining a new job or possible future project, it is important to get as much information about the job as you can right from the start. As we are a drainage contractor, we would ask the client questions about the job such as, where is the job location? What is the lot in concession? Are there any nearby civic addresses? Do you know the acreage? Are there any existing utilities that you are aware of? Is there any pre-existing tile, and if so, do you know the spacing? Are you able to provide any maps or site plans? Although the client may not be able to answer all of these questions, you will still have a better understanding of exactly what the job will entail. This information will help us with the next step. Now that we have some job information, we create a physical folder which includes all the information we have on that job, including client details, maps, contact info, or anything that applies to the specific job. We also attain a Google Earth image of the job site and put it in the folder. Using the Google Earth image, we then create another map which displays the work area, as well as any measurements and specific information that pertains to the job. A digital copy is kept on our computer filing system, and a physical copy is put in the job folder. Now that we have all the necessary information, we can log into Ontario OneCall and create a locate request for the job. It is essential that you attach the map with measurements and information that you created in step 2. This will help the locators with knowing the exact work area and mitigate the possibility of sections of the work area not getting located. When creating a locate request, it is extremely important to be as detailed as you can. Gilliard Drainage has the advantage of being able to see locate requests from the locator's point of view, thanks to our sister company, SiteWorks Locating. They have played a crucial role in perfecting our locate management system. It is imperative that locate requests are descriptive and accurate, and that provided maps have as many details as possible. The less guesswork a locator has to do means the more prepared and knowledgeable of underground utilities you will be on your job site. A company like SiteWorks Locating has no room for error, as they locate high-voltage wind turbine cables for several major wind farms across Ontario, an extremely dangerous utility that you wouldn't want to be missed on your job site. Once the locate request has been created, Ontario OneCall will send you an email with all the information pertaining to that locate request. When reviewing your locate request, it is extremely important to note the utility members listed in the Members Notified section. These are the utilities within your work area that will need to be flagged and marked on site before any work can begin. Print the locate request so you can have a physical copy for your records. Take the information from the locate request and enter it into a detailed spreadsheet. The spreadsheet should contain the following information inputs: job name, address, submit date, OneCall ready, on OneCall expiry date, and submitted by. The ticket number for the locate request will go in the OneCall ready section. Change the background to red to signify that the ticket is not ready yet, as the locates are not completed. Once all the information has been entered into the spreadsheet, you can now take the physical locate request and place it in the job folder. Tag the folder with a red sticker and file it properly to signify that the locates have not been completed yet and the job is not ready. As locate paperwork comes in from the various utilities pertaining to your locate request by email and fax, Review the paperwork and then highlight them on the physical locate request itself to signify that you have received paperwork for that utility. Use different highlight colors to signify different infrastructure statuses. We recommend using green for infrastructure that is all clear, yellow for infrastructure that is present on site, and pink for infrastructure that will require a 3-day notice/mandatory site meet. Let's take a look at an example, shall we? The Parkland Sand Farm job ticket number is 2017-299-530. We can see in Outlook that we have received an email pertaining to that ticket number. You can see that this email pertains to the Bell utility listed on our locate request. You can also see that the locate status is all clear for that specific utility. Print the locate paperwork and add it to the locate request in the job folder. From there, highlight that utility in the color green as its status is all clear. Now that specific utility is finished. Do the same process for all utilities listed on the locate request as they come in. Once you have received paperwork for all the utilities listed, the locate is officially deemed complete. On some occasions, you will receive paperwork from a utility that states an on-site meeting or third-party observation will be required before any work can take place. In this case, highlight the utility pink and begin making the arrangements for a site meet. This includes calling the utility owner or applicable personnel to ensure you meet the requirements before beginning any work. It is highly advised that you wait for any remaining locate paperwork to be received before setting up a site meet. Place a yellow sticker on the folder to signify a site meet is required before any work begins. Once all locate paperwork has been received for the locate request, put a green sticker on the folder to signify that the locate request has been completely fulfilled. In cases where all locate paperwork has been received, but a third-party observation or site meet is required, put a green and yellow sticker on the job folder. Using these colored stickers allows us to quickly observe the status of any locate request without having to waste time going through all the paperwork. Lastly, go back to the locate request management spreadsheet and locate the ticket number in the One Call Ready section. Change the background color from red to green to signify that the locate request has been completely fulfilled. Now that the locate request has been completed, the entire Ontario One Call ticket and all attached locate paperwork is scanned. This allows us to have a digital copy which is saved on our computer filing system. The original copy is then returned to the job folder. Having a digital copy allows you to print as many physical copies as you want. We always give at least one physical copy to the crew who will be working on the job site. Furthermore, having a digital version of the locate paperwork allows you to add it to an online data reserve such as Dropbox.com. This allows any employee on any job site to observe the locate paperwork at any time, thus preventing the need to return to the office to get a copy of the locate paperwork. It is important to note that this is for reference only, and a physical copy of the locates is still required to be on the job site before any work can begin. Once you have completed steps 1 through 6, you are now legally qualified to get to work. Here's a few key things to remember before getting started. Don't be lazy. Actually review the locate paperwork provided. Look at the maps and thoroughly inspect the infrastructure networks within your worksite so you can plan the job accordingly. Be prepared. Study the worksite well in advance of the job. This can include site visits, surveying, collecting GPS data, finding out municipal information, speaking with the landowner, or anything that will help you prepare for the job. The beauty is, you can do this all ahead of time before locate paperwork even starts coming in. Plan ahead. The paperwork for each individual utility is only valid for 30 days from the date you received it. After the 30-day mark has been reached, that specific utility's paperwork is considered expired. This is especially important considering you may not receive all your locate paperwork before the work to begin date. You may have to request a relocate if you don't get to the job on time, so make sure you plan ahead. Only work with valid locate paperwork. Never work with old or expired locates, even if they are literally only a few days past the expiry date. This is considered a criminal offense, and the last thing your company needs is to be breaking the law. Now the truth is, even with all this planning and locate request organization, things can still go wrong. You can do everything by the book, yet unforeseen dangers can still sneak up on you. This is the case for the Parkland Sands farm job we've been using as our example. Let's go into detail. First, let's take a look at the GIS image of the site with measurements. Now that you can see where we are in the world, let's take a look at the drainage plan that we created based on the client's requests. As you can see, the original plan extends from Kimball Road heading west to the field edge, which is roughly 615 meters. Naturally, we created a locate request based on these parameters. Let's take a look at the locate request. Please note that this locate request was made in July of 2017, so it looks slightly different from the new ticket layout that Ontario One Call has recently implemented. As you can see, the work area should contain all the utilities listed here: Bell, Cogeco, County of Lambton, Union Gas Critical Line, Union Gas Storage, Enbridge Tecumseh, Hydro One, St. Clair Township, and Union Gas itself. Once we received locate paperwork for all utilities listed, we were ready to get to work. However, at the last moment, the client decided to change the plan in order to save on cost. Here's what the new plan looked like. As you can see, the new plan only extends west from Kimball Road to about halfway through the field, roughly 320 meters. Luckily, the locate request we already created still qualified for the new plan, so getting new locates was not an issue. The client changing the plan is also not a big deal, as it happens all the time. The main issue though was what we found out when we actually went to do the job. While we were performing work on site, a Plains Midstream representative just happened to be driving by and took note of our work area. Upon observation, he immediately enforced a stop work order. Why, you ask? Turns out there is a Plains Midstream natural gas pipeline that runs directly through the back portion of the field. Looking further, you can see the natural gas pipeline runs through the exact area we would have been working in had the client not changed the plan at the last moment. Going back to the locate request, you can see that the request included the area the pipeline ran through, yet Plains Midstream was never informed, nor was the utility flagged and marked on site. Furthermore, upon inspection of the locate request itself, you can see Plains Midstream was never actually included as a utility member on the locate request. Fortunately, the client requested that the plan be changed at the last minute. It's also lucky that a Plains Midstream representative just happened to be driving by while we were working. But these are all coincidence situations, and they beg to ask the question, what if? What if the client never changed the plan? What if the Plains Midstream representative never drove by? Although this situation could have had a grim outcome, it presents an opportunity to better perfect the systems in place for preventing these types of situations. What can we do to avoid this situation in the future? Utility owners need to provide the best information and communication they can with Ontario One Call and contractors working near or over their buried infrastructure. Utility owners also need to ensure that Ontario One Call has the most up-to-date and accurate mapping, including infrastructure footprints and utility records. Aside from making a locate request, go out and physically observe your work site. Research and prepare as much as you can. Look for signs of existing infrastructure that may be in your work site. This can include looking for visible signs like gas meters, hydro poles, hydrometers, bell boxes, flags, and paint markings. The list goes on. You may even find an unidentified utility or abandoned line that is not listed as a utility member on your locate request. If you have the means to do so, collect GPS data for your work site, including all the utilities once they are marked. This will allow you to have an accurate map which details all the possible danger spots. Remember, it's up to you as a contractor to ensure you and your crew are safe, so don't take any chances. Prepare ahead of time and do the research. Be smart and lead by example. Never work without valid locates. Always make sure you examine the locate paperwork and maps before starting a job. Last but not least, always be aware while on site and look for paint markings and flags. This concludes our locate request management training video. We thank you for watching.